Hello everyone, my name is Alfie, and today I will be taking a look at 3 altcoins and do a technical analysis on these. These coins are called RSR, AVAX and IOTA. Also, I want to take another look at the coins I mentioned at the beginning of this week, which are DENT and HOT. Also some others, but I started investing in these two because I thought they were the most promising. And as you can see, since the time, here's my entry as I mentioned in the video. Oh, no, I didn't mention HOT, sorry. I mentioned this on the Discord server. I have a TA channel there, and I do some callouts like this. And as you can see, here was my entry. My callout started here, as I can show on the Discord server as well. Here we go. As you can see, this was where I mentioned it. And right now it's almost at my target price, which is 0.03. I definitely think it might reach that. Another coin that I did mention in the last video was DENT. And at the time mentioned, I think it was around here. I thought that a potential breakout could happen, and also because altcoin season has started, as we can see here, it did break out, and it had a nice breakout here with a 40% increase overnight, and then it consolidated a bit, but there's a major trend line here which is following, and it bounced off, and it's still going up right now, as you can see. Let's take a look at RSR and AVAX and IOTA now. We start with RSR. Let's look at the 1 hour chart. It's a bit more representative. We can start by zooming out all the way, and then we can draw some basic trend lines here, of course, which is clearly in an upwards channel. We can draw some other trend lines here. Okay, about here. Maybe a little bit less steep. Okay. So AVAX right now seems to be in an overall ascending channel, which is better seen probably on the daily. Yeah, small descending channel. It was pretty overbought, so it's not that odd that it is consolidating a bit now. But if we take a look at the 1 hour again, my trend line disappeared, but okay. We can see that it is still consolidating a bit, but a breakout might happen soon. Let's get this trend line back. Okay. Well, actually not that soon. There is a chance for a breakout sooner, of course, but the big breakout that could happen would take about 10 days from now, which is quite a long time. And if we zoom in on the short term, if you are looking for a short-term investment, then we can draw some other trend lines. And here we can see that it is in a consolidating channel right now. Let's draw these all the way back over here. So this coin is probably very good for scalping because it is following a very clear pattern here. As you can see, something like this. And then a potential breakout could happen sooner, of course. Once the money inflow gets increased and the RSI starts going up again. Until then, this coin is probably very good for scalping because it has some, see what the price range is of this. It has some increases and decreases of about 5% every time. So that's good for scalping. And then a potential breakout of this small descending channel could happen in around 5 days maximum. And the bigger outbreak, which is over here, might happen in about 10 days, as mentioned earlier. We can now look at some resistances. So you can make better decisions whether you want to buy at a resistance or not. And we do this by using the Fibonacci retracement over here. It's a bit higher apparently. Okay, about here it seems. And as you can see, it is trying to break out every now and then, but it has failed up to now. It is above this resistance, which is good. So what it could also do is bounce up and down here and then break out sooner, because the markets are looking very good right now. So this is another potential path that it could follow. Let's name these actually. So this is scenario A, and then we have scenario B over here. If you are looking for a scalping coin, this might be a good one. Probably not the best, but it is pretty good. I'm not going to look at the fundamental analysis, so I don't really know whether this is a good long-term investment, but for short-term, I think there are better options, to say the least. Now, looking at AVAX, which is clearly on an ascending channel, and we can have a look how far. Oops. By using this tool. I am very new to this tool. Okay, let's forget about that. That's not useful. Okay, so looking at AVAX. Over here we can see that it is following an ascending channel, which it seems to have broken. Yeah, okay, so it broke out of the ascending channel and it is now trying to get back up there, but it is being rejected as this trend line is now a resistance instead of a support, which it was over here. So currently it is in a descending channel. This might change soon. As you can see, it is trying to break out on the upside. And then a new trend line might be formed, or it could go back up here and then go up again, which is not too unlikely, I guess. Another option is a breakout, retest of this support, and then a new upwards channel. And of course it can get rejected here as well, and then it could drop below the clouds. The Ichimoku clouds, which is a bearish signal, but it is still very bullish right now, at least. We can also see this by, we can also have a look at the RSI, which is useful. And here we can see that it is in a consolidation zone right now, and it is trying to get back up on the 50 minutes. And if we look at the 1 hour chart, we can see that it is still bullish, but it is well nearing the maximum of the parabolic curve. So it might drop a little bit, or it might consolidate here in a straight line and then go up. Yeah. Now we can see where the resistances of this coin lie by using the Fibonacci retracement again. This is a bit better. Okay. And now we can see that it is currently, it has rejected this resistance and is now probably on its way back up. So I think the most likely scenario is this scenario, which we can call scenario A, scenario B, and scenario C. So these are 3 scenarios. Of course, I could be completely wrong here, but I think scenario A is the most likely. Yep, and then taking a look at IOTA, we can see that the RSI, on the first look, I can see that the RSI of IOTA is very low. So it is in a nice dip right now. So this might actually be a good buy, to be honest. There's a small ascending channel over here. And currently it is a descending channel. I keep forgetting to switch to the 1 hour, sorry. Yeah, okay, here we go. This is better. The 1 hour is a little bit more representative than the 15 minutes chart. Okay, so we can see that it is currently in a wedge. So in about, let's say, max 20 hours, it could break out. And if it breaks out, okay, wait 1 second. Let's get some resistances back here. Okay, so it has just dipped below this resistance and is now retesting this. If it goes up, which I think is fairly likely, because it is still in a small ascending channel, then it could go above this resistance, retest, probably fill, retest this support, then go up. Another scenario is, of course, if it rejects this and then rejects this and goes bearish, which is, again, because of altcoin season, very unlikely in my opinion. And then another scenario is where it could just instantly break out and perhaps break out of this resistance as well. Looking at the previous increases of this coin, I can do this by zooming out. Let's see if we can find a good recurring pattern, which is also one of my go-tos in these technical analysis. There is some similarity in here, but it's so this seems to be a smaller version of this increase, except that it is not as bullish as this one, because here it went up by 300%. Okay, that's pretty insane. And then it went down by 45, and here it broke out and went up 32%, and then went down by 28%. So yeah, not the ideal situation, but overall, zooming out, there's a good upwards channel over here. This is not the best trend line, but just to give an idea, an upwards trend line over a longer period, and then over here too. Something like this. So it is bullish. If you're looking for a midterm, this might be a decent one, because if there would be another spike. Okay, so looking at this pattern, actually, we can see that there is a big ascent here. Then there is oops, let's zoom in, and there's one big spike, and then it goes sideways for quite some time. And as we can see, it looks like this is similar to this area. Wait, let's illustrate that a bit better. So this area is similar to this area. And then this spike over here, which is the important spike, is similar to this spike over here. So what could happen is, wait, let's see if these are very similar actually. You can look at the price range from the top to the other top, oops, which is in 9 days and 4 hours. And here it took a lot less, okay, 6 days and 4 hours. So then it went sideways for 14 days and 9 hours before going up again. And here, okay, so let's do a small calculation here. As we can see here, it took 9 days, let's say about 9 days. Here it took 6 days. So that is 2/3 of this one. If we then use that here, then it's 14 divided 2/3 of 14, which is let's say about 9 from the top of my head, yeah, 9.5 or something. So if we would compare that, then it would go sideways for around, let's say, a maximum of 9 days and 10 hours or something. So what we could see here, so what I think is most likely is, oops, a brush, a sideways pattern here for 9 days and 4 hours. Okay, again, a sideways pattern here, small breakout maybe, and then one big pump again, most likely up to this resistance here. And if it breaks that, then there's a likely chance that it could go up higher, then retest and then go up even higher. But the most likely scenario, in my opinion, is where it drops down again and then it goes up slightly and consolidates again and then follows the same pattern but smaller. So there is a recurring pattern here, and therefore I think this scenario is the most likely, which we call A. Then there's another scenario which would be a potential breakout over here. Okay, wait, we have already talked about these. Those are the short-term scenarios. But I think this one is the most likely midterm scenario. So that is still a pretty good investment, because that would mean that there is a, let's see, okay, not too good of an investment. There's a 13% increase incoming in 9 days and 9 hours. So not the best option, but if you're looking for a mid to long term, then this is pretty solid, because it is on an ascending channel on a very long term scale, especially if we look at the daily, most likely. Yeah, there's a clear ascending channel going on. Plus it is very bullish, as we can see in the Ichimoku cloud, but a bit volatile right now. Well, those were my analysis. I hope these were useful to you guys as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.